Charley Hull is the standout European player in the ladies' game right now and is best known for her exploits as a Solheim Cup rookie 2 years ago. She first burst onto the scene when she played in the British Open Pro-Am before starting senior school, so Anna sat down with her to find out more about her journey.
Well, Charley, you've really been in public attention since the age of 9 at that notorious round at Turnberry. How have you found the pressure? And when you first went on to the Ladies European Tour, how did you deal with the expectation?
I don't know really, because I played pretty well in my first tournament. I came second in Morocco and then finished with 5 other second places on the trot from that. So I kind of just got in the swing of things, and I got used to it. So it was pretty good. And obviously I played in Solheim with my first year on tour, and I played well in that, so things have kind of just gradually got better and better.
Did you expect to have that sort of pressure? Did you kind of feel that it was coming when you did turn pro?
Not really actually, because I didn't actually play that well in Q school when I turned pro either, and then I actually got an invite to play in Morocco, and then that kind of got me through it, and I just kind of thought, I'm quite good at this, and now I'm getting the hang of it, and I obviously kind of didn't expect too much, and I just progressed. Nice.
And having that attention in the media, and we were all such big fans of you being a British girl. How did you feel about that, and did that make it more difficult coming onto the tour?
Probably, but again, I didn't really notice it because I was just playing golf, and I didn't really take too much notice of it because at the time I didn't have Twitter or anything. I only just had Facebook, so I didn't really read much stuff about me. So I felt like that helped a little bit actually.
Did you find you were putting pressure on yourself, or was it more coming from the outside?
Well, I felt like I probably put a little bit of pressure on myself, but I feel because I got a good group of friends around me, I kind of switched off as well. So it didn't really bother me too much when I had a bad round, because I just kind of turned off and switched off and knew I've got the next round the next day, and that's kind of how I deal with it.
And you've always had such an amazing attitude, and you turned pro when you were 17. What were your thoughts behind that and not staying in the amateur scene for a bit longer?
Well, I kind of thought, might as well just come on the Ladies European Tour. It's still kind of my apprenticeship. I kind of thought of it. I spent 2 years on there, and now I'm on the LPGA Tour. So I kind of thought, what's the point of playing amateur golf and playing good golf and not earning any money out of it when I could turn pro, learn a lot of stuff and pick up a few bob at the same time, and I did that quite good.
Well, you came out here and you instantly proved yourself on the Ladies European Tour. Your first 5 events you came second. Did that surprise you coming out here?
No, not really, because I remember I was actually leading in my first round, the first event into the final round, and I dropped back then. But then I kind of got used to it. So when I didn't come second, I was like, oh no, what's going on? Am I playing really bad? But then I played well again towards the end of the season. So I don't know. I think it was a good thing.
Did you find that it did put a little bit more pressure on you, having come out and done so well to begin with?
Probably a little bit, because people are like, oh, why haven't you won more? But I'm still only 19, turned 19 in March, so I'm still pretty young and I'm still enjoying myself, and I've got hopefully another 20, 30 years to play golf.
So when you did get your win last year in Morocco, how much of a relief was that for you? Was that a big moment?
Yeah, it was a big moment for me. It was like, yes, I can win, and I can hit shots like that under pressure, because I hit a 4-iron to 4 feet, and I had to hold a 4-footer. And I did a pretty similar shot to that in the Solheim Cup as well, and had to hold a short putt. But the short putts are quite tricky under that pressure, because it's like they're gimmies, and if you miss them, people will be like, whoa, because they're almost expecting you to hold them. So that's why it was a little bit more added pressure on that short putt, because it's almost, you can hold these easily. That's what made it hard.
Being so young and having that first one on the tour, how did that mentally change your approach to moving on from there?
I don't know really. I just kind of went with the flow. LPGA Tour was always a tour that I wanted to play on, so I just kind of used a lot of the ups and downs on the LET. Didn't win as many times as I wanted to kind of just grab some experience, and I have. And I feel like now when I'm in America, I'm a little bit much more mature than I felt like if I would have come out straight on the LPGA Tour.
Yeah, well, talking about the Solheim Cup, you put in a terrific performance, the youngest ever player that we saw. How did you feel going into that week? Because there was a lot of talk about how young you were.
Yeah, well, I didn't realise what I was playing in, to be honest. I just thought it was another round of golf. Actually, I do remember I got picked for the team, and I was really happy to be picked for the team, but it was one of my best friend's birthdays, so I was missing his birthday party that week. So I was just kind of like, seeing stuff on like Snapchat and stuff, but then I went out and just played great golf, and I didn't realise how big of a thing it was until after I played in it. I still pretty much don't realise what I've done now. I just kind of thought like, yeah, I wanted to win my matches, and you know, I won a couple of matches. I lost my first one, but apart from that, I played awesome.
Your fantastic win against Paula Creamer, as you say, it's so difficult to absorb what you're doing. Did you have any real idea about what you did when you beat one of the legends?
I just thought, yeah, I was playing against Paula Creamer. I don't know, I just played golf. I played good golf. I was quite about 5 or 6 under par, but I remember missing loads of short putts for birdies as well, so I could have been more than that. So I was actually a bit disappointed in myself when I missed a few short putts, but I beat her the day before. Her and Lexi, me and Jodie beat them up the last, and hit a great shot into the 17th. That kind of, you know, took the pressure on us going up the last, and yeah, I just kind of thought I'd done it the day before and I can do it again now.
And as we all know, you're still only 19, you're on the professional tour. How do you keep that balance just being a normal teenager? You have such an amazing attitude as it is.
Yeah, I think because, you know, I'd like to balance it. I think I'm only young once, so I don't want to like look back and think, oh, I haven't gone to like places that I wanted to go to. So I think, you know, get all that stuff done the way now, and I've got another 30 years to play golf, and just carry on being with my friends, balance it out. And you only live once. I know that's, people say that a lot these days, but you really do. So I want to live my life to the maximum and enjoy every part of it.
What do you find is the most difficult thing about being on tour so young?
Probably like I see all my friends go to like festivals and stuff, and I think, oh, I can't play in that because it's US Open and stuff. But then I look back and think, well, I think I'd rather be playing in the US Open. But just like little things like that things that I can't go to. But at the end of the day, it's well worth it.
Well, you have so much ahead of you, as you said, the next 30 years of golf. Have you set yourself a bar or a particular achievement that you'd love to succeed?
I don't really set myself goals, but I always wanted to be world number 1, so hopefully I can get to that one day.
Well, we're all so inspired by you, Charley. Thank you for joining us, and the best of luck.
Cheers,
Thank
thanks.
you.